How's it going, everybody? Moterass back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a Juraj Slafkovsky career simulation with the Montreal Canadiens, the first overall pick. Let's see how it goes. In the first year with the Montreal Canadiens, they do not make the playoffs. They come in 16th place, though, with a record of 42, 34, and 6, just missing out. In his first year with the Montreal Canadiens, Juraj Slafkovsky has 21 goals, 22 assists, and 43 points. We'll see if that is good enough for him to win the Calder. I don't think so, but we will see. We will see. Believe it or not, Juraj Slafkovsky actually does win the Calder trophy. He beats out Shane Wright, so that's a pretty good start for this young man's career. Let's keep it going. Let's see how he does. Year number 2, the Montreal Canadiens yet again failed to make the playoffs, this time doing a little bit worse, coming in 19th place with a record of 39, 33, and 10. Although Edmonton and Arizona do actually squeak in, I guess that Atlantic and Eastern Conference is just really, really good. In his second year, Juraj Slafkovsky has 13 goals, 27 assists for 40 points. Year number 3 sees the Montreal Canadiens actually making the playoffs, coming in 5th place this time, with a record of 46 wins, 27 losses, and 8 overtime losses for 100 points. Let's see how he does in his playoffs. In his third year here, Juraj Slafkovsky has 34 goals, 30 assists, which is good for 64 points. In the playoffs, Montreal would make it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals against the New York Rangers and would fall in 6 games. Not bad, not bad. In the playoffs, Juraj Slafkovsky would put up 17 points in 18 games for the Montreal Canadiens. He had 3 goals and 14 assists, and is now an 85 overall. In the offseason, Juraj Slafkovsky would sign a contract for $2.4 million for 1 year, which is actually kind of a bargain. Year number 4, Montreal would fail to make the playoffs again, this time in 16th place with a record of 41, 33, and 8. Vegas weekend in yet again. They're kind of getting screwed here, but hey, I don't know. They're getting screwed. Year number 4, Juraj Slafkovsky has his best year yet with 27 goals, 43 assists for 70 points. He is now an 89 overall on that ridiculous contract. Number 5, Juraj Slafkovsky would sign a new contract for $11 million for 6 years. That is more what he should be paid for his overall. In year number 5, the Montreal Canadiens would tank. They would place 27th with a record of 36, 40, and 6, which is good for 78 points. Not a great year for them. Slavy would put up 25 goals, 44 assists, which is good for 69 points. Nice. And now is an 89 overall. Year number 6, Montreal would finally make it back into the playoffs with a record of 45 wins, 30 losses, and 7 overtime losses, which is good for 97 points and 11th in the league. Juraj would continue to put up pretty respectable numbers with 17 goals, 50 assists for 67 points. He's doing okay. He's doing decent. Maybe not worth the 11 mil so far, but hey. In the playoffs, the Montreal would make it all the way to the second round where they would lose to the Carolina Hurricanes in 6 games. In the playoffs, Juraj Slafkovsky put up 4 goals, 4 assists for 8 points in 10 games, but was a -4. Year number 7 sees the Montreal Canadiens fail to make the playoffs yet again with a record of 38, 35, and 9, which was good for only 85 points and puts them 24th in the league. Not too great. You want to see them do a bit better. In this year, Juraj Slafkovsky put up 34 goals, 51 assists for 85 points. He's now a 90 overall with that high elite. Year number 8, the Montreal Canadiens failed to make the playoffs yet again with a record of 35, 38, and 9, which is good for 79 points, and they are 25th in the league. Juraj would put up another pretty respectable year with 29 goals, 46 assists for 75 points, was a -12. Juraj's kind of getting wasted over here. He's a 91 overall. Let's see what this man can do. Hopefully they can do something for him, get him some new players or something, because he's being wasted. Year number 9, the Montreal Canadiens yet again cannot figure it out, cannot make the playoffs. They do fail again for the 3rd straight year with a record of 38, 38, and 6, which is good for 82 points. Juraj would do pretty much similar to what he did last year with another pretty respectable year. He's not the issue here. He's got 26 goals, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this Montreal team. They can't figure it out. Year 10, finally, the Canadiens make the playoffs with a record of 44, 28, and 10, which is good for 98 points. Finally, we can see some Uri playoff hockey and see how he does. In year number 10 here, Uri put up 32 goals, 50 assists for 82 points. Another pretty respectable year. He's kind of hovering around that point a game range. He's at a 90 overall, and he's in the final year of his contract. So we'll see what he can do here in the playoffs. In the playoffs here, a little bit disappointing. The Montreal Canadiens would fall in the first round to the Florida Panthers. In the playoffs, in 5 games, Uri would put up 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. A little bit disappointing for him, but hey, the whole team's a little bit of a disappointment at this point. Year number 11, surprise, surprise, Montreal does not make the playoffs yet again. It's kind of a common theme here in this sim. They put up 39 wins, 37 losses, and 6 overtime losses for 84 points. That's 24th in the league. They cannot figure out their stuff. They're a little bit half and half. Juraj Slafkovsky would put up 27 goals, 42 assists, and 69 points yet again. Nice. Year 12, Montreal would just squeak into the playoffs here with 13th place with a record of 42, 30, and 10. 94 points. Let's see how they can do. Let's get Uri this cup, man. Let's see it. This year, Uri would have a pretty impressive year with 18 goals, 66 assists for 84 points. He's basically just feeding that Bazena guy with 66 goals. Holy man, guy's an animal. Let's see if they can have some magic here. In the playoffs, Montreal would again fail to beat the Florida Panthers, and they would lose in a sweep to them. In 4 games, Juraj Slafkovsky put up 1 goal, 2 assists, for 3 points in 4 games. Offseason, Juraj Slafkovsky signs just under $11 million contract to be with the Montreal Canadiens for another 5 years. This year, Montreal finishes with a record of 42, 32, and 8, which is good for 12th place. They make the playoffs yet again. Let's see how they do this year. 17 goals, 63 assists for 80 points in 82 games was a plus 26. Not bad for Uri. In the first round, they lose to the Ottawa Senators in 5 games. Not very good. In those 5 games, Uri put up 1 goal and 3 assists for 4 points with a -4. Year number 13 was probably the worst year yet. Montreal finishes bottom of the league with a record of 28, 43, and 11 for 67 points. Not great. Maybe they can get a high draft pick and draft someone to help out Slafkovsky. And this year, like the team as a whole, Uri kind of struggled a bit, only putting up 66 points. Not too great for him. A little bit of a down year. The whole team probably played pretty bad, and that's why they were in the bottom of the league. Year number 14, they get a little bit screwed by the sim engine. They have a record of 42, 35, and 5, coming in 16th place. Uri put up 30 goals, 37 assists for 67 points. It's coming down a little bit, and I guess due to age, he's not playing as well as he once was. Still a 90 overall, though, so I don't know. Year 15, the Montreal Canadiens yet again do not make the playoffs, coming in with a record of 36, 41, and 5 for 77 points, and that is good for 25th in the league. Uri has a little bit of a bounce-back year with 11 goals, 63 assists, and 74 points. The team as a whole is not doing too great right now, but he's putting up still some good numbers. He's 34 years old now, and his overall starting to drop. He's now an 89 on the last year of his deal. Year number 16, Juraj Slafkovsky still with the team. He signs a new contract for $12 million. Pretty much just making bank at this point. The Montreal Canadiens make the playoffs with a record of 42, 32, and 8. With his new deal, Uri puts up 24 goals, 49 assists. Not bad for him on his new contract. Doing well. Let's see how they do in the playoffs this year. In the playoffs, Montreal would lose in 7 games to the Detroit Red Wings. It's looking like Juraj Slafkovsky's chances of a Stanley Cup aren't too pretty. Only putting up 5 points in the playoffs. Not too bad. Year 17 is another disappointing year for the Montreal Canadiens. They finished 30th in the league with a record of 33, 40, and 9. Not too great for Uri. It looks like he's probably not going to win a cup. This year, Uri puts probably the lowest of his career for a while. He puts up 16 goals, 38 assists, and is now an 87. And with that, Juraj Slafkovsky calls it a quits. No longer wants to play for the Montreal Canadiens. He calls it a day. Pretty respectable numbers, 425 goals, 812 assists for 1,200 something points. Not bad. Overall, he had a pretty good career, pretty average numbers for a first overall. Obviously, he's pretty much just like a point a game his entire career. Right around there, had some ups and downs a little bit. The team as a whole, I feel like, just didn't really help him out too much and can never really break that 100-point mark, probably because of the line mates he was playing with just weren't that good. But other than that, thank you guys all for watching another Moterass video. And yeah, thanks. Peace.